Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video is just a quick process video decorating the front of this embellishment book. I was creating a mermaid themed 3D project thing to put together to auction on my Instagram, and while I was doing that I was thinking I'd like to have a flat mail version for anyone that would like to purchase but is worried about the postage. So I made this book. The dimensions fit perfectly inside one of these boxes. This is the maximum size for a large letter in the UK. I think you can get it wider, but like the thickness is definitely the maximum. The measurements for this are a little bit wide, really. I could have made it a tiny bit smaller, not because it doesn't fit, but because I will have to keep the front very flat. I think I will fine tune the measurements and I will post them down below for you. Like I said, the tutorial for this is from Craft Purge. Her book is a bit bigger, it's not made to fit in flat mail, but it is gorgeous nonetheless. So I will link that down below as well for you if you want to go and check out her one. I sat down to decorate this and I thought it would be a nice process to share with you guys. So here I am. The papers on this are all Rosie Studio Maker Splash. This piece inside is just a scrap piece that I had in my stash. It's actually like textured, which is quite nice. It kind of makes it look more book-like when you look at it from the outside. I haven't added a closure. I think I'm just going to put some ribbon around it. I have got a little eyelet for a charm. I'm planning to add like a dangle or a tassel or something from it. And then I will be filling this with all sorts of goodies and then auctioning the whole set off on my Instagram. So the link for that will be down below when it's happening. My Instagram is always linked, but I will try and add the link for this specific post for you. I'm using Rosie Studio on the front as well as all the papers. I know that I want to use this little mermaid. I've got this stitching, so I don't want to cover that up too much, and then obviously I've got the shaker bits down here, which, quick tip, if you're going to hot glue things on, which I am, move these out of the way first. Otherwise you sort of hot glue them all in place, which is fine if that's the look you're going for, but it's not quite what I'm going for today. I think I want to use this book piece because I like the idea that, you know, it's a book and it's got a little book on the front. So I'm going to pop that there. Let me know in the comments if you prefer chatty process videos or if you prefer sped up with music, because I'm never sure what to go for, what you guys would prefer. I've got this trim which I quite like. I might put some of that on the front. Then I've got this sunshine vibes piece. I wonder, yeah, I think I like that behind there. Like so. She needs something behind her, doesn't she? These two are vellum pieces from the Rosie Studio, I think it's like vellum die cuts or something. I will link the bits that I've used down below as well. And then I quite like this sort of seaweed piece. I wonder if I can slot that in behind her. It covers up a lot of the stitching, which I didn't really want to do. This one's a bit smaller. Let's have a look at that one instead. No, if I can't really move her, I could move her up, I guess, and then if I move that down slightly, maybe it would show more of the stitching and I could still fit that shell in. Sort of there. I would love to use foam tape and they would stand out a bit more, but I just can't with the dimension. I think this is 3/4 of an inch thick. I think I would make it literally a tiny bit thinner, maybe even 1/2 inch thick, but I want to be able to fit a decent amount of goodies in, so maybe the front will just have to be thinner. That will be the sacrifice. Quite like the little star. And then this piece. Whoop. I don't know if we need this piece. Maybe. I might cut it apart slightly so that we can use a bit less of it. I think I will stick, no, it looks okay like that. I'm going to grab some double-sided tape. I'll be sticking it down with hot glue, but I usually use this to sort of hold the pieces together. And I'm just going to stick her to the book so that I know exactly where that's going when you stick it back down. There we go. And then I need to work out, take these pieces off, what bits I'm going to use. I do quite like that there. Yeah, I think I will stick that on there. But I'm going to cut off this piece because you can't see it. It's hidden completely behind the mermaid, and it means that I can stick it on something else or even a different project. I tend to do that if I'm using ephemera and I know that there's a piece that won't be seen, cut it off and use it somewhere else, and it makes your die cuts last a lot longer. Seaweed can stick to it. So we like that. This is sort of moving further and further up the book. I don't mind too much because I quite like that you can see the sequins. And then we liked this one, didn't we, behind her? Do we like it poking out more or in a bit more? I think I quite like it poking out a bit actually. I'm gonna stick that one down as well. You could use sellotape for this, but I quite like the double-sided tape because it helps you to build the layers. It gives the things some other bits to stick to. Obviously I wouldn't build it like this if I was using foam tape, but because it's all going to be on one level, it's a handy way to hold it all together, and then I can hot glue it on all at once so I don't have to pull things up. Then I have got these two. I'm not sure how I'm going to stick those together. I might put, this isn't really thin enough, maybe I can cut it in half. So the 3D project that I've been making, the suitcase, I've got a live video of me decorating that one if you're interested in seeing that. That one will also be up for auction over on my Instagram. And then this book will go with, I think at the moment, I'm going to add a memory decks card. I've got a little altered frame which I also have a live video for if you're interested in seeing those. And then obviously the embellishments that I'm going to put inside the book. The auction is quite a fun way to share some creation, so I hope you guys will head over there and support me if you can. And if you like these and want them in your craft room, there we go, that's somewhat stuck on there. Needed a tiny bit more tape, but it's fine. And then I think it works quite perfectly there. I could add the other piece of coral, is that what you'd call that? Yeah, I quite like the other piece of coral there. But I don't want you to be able to see the adhesive through the vellum, so let me see how I can add that on. I think I'm going to try and use double-sided tape like I have been. Ooh, if I use the thinner piece, I can sort of hide the join on the mermaid's tail. There you go. And then you can't quite see it. I might actually add some tape, getting stuck to all sorts here, on her tail. Need to cut this so that it attaches to the shell that way as well. So I'm just adding it. I don't know how well you can see that in here. This has to be one of my favourite collections to work with. I got it a while ago and I loved all of the designs, but I hadn't worked with it. And now that I have, I am absolutely hooked. You could add every single piece and it would look great. Everything just goes so well together. I am gonna stick that down, I believe. I'm gonna add some hot glue on the back of here. Being careful, oh, I need to take this piece of tape off. Being careful not to put it on the back of the vellum because you will be able to see that through if I do. So try not to get it on there. Just keep it on the white card pieces. Where did I want it? Sort of there. Yes, that works. Stick all of these bits down. The hot glue is kind of, it's not my favourite adhesive, but on the tulle it's really the only thing you can use that holds it on there properly. Just use some wet glue to stick her hand down. I should have done that with tape before, really. I'm having such a hard time not putting this word up on foam tape. That's just typically what I would have done, but it won't fit in the box if I do that, so I want to try and keep that a little bit lower so that maybe if I put the star here, I think I've angled it slightly different to how I had it before I stuck it down, so now it's not sitting how I want it to. So that's sort of where I was planning on having it, but obviously that covers all of the stitching. That is the problem with laying things out. Then when you go to glue them down, they move ever so slightly and it knocks your whole plan out of shape. Right, I will stick that there and I will find something else to go across that corner. Pretty much as far left as it will go, so that you can still see the stitching. There we go. And then I wanted something sort of here. I'm not sure if it needs it, but we'll have a look. What can we add? So we've still got this star, which we could put there. I might see if we've got a different coloured star actually. So I've been keeping all of my ephemera in this little drawer next to my desk, just so that it's easy to go through. Maybe this giant starfish? That's kind of cute with the other little one. Yeah, I think I like that. I think that's what we will go for. Then I have got some little pearls and I will grab some little gems as well. I'll just adhere these stars. I've just tucked the blue starfish under the pink one because that's how it was before. I think it looks a bit better that way. So for gems, grab a few different ones. These are the ones that I've been using with this collection in my lives, so I'm trying to stick to the same few. Maybe one of these. That's quite cute on there. And then a gem, thinking a pink one to go there as well, maybe up here. Cute. These are my absolute favourite gems. These are from the range and I think I use them on just about every project. The fact that they're sort of iridescent means they match everything. Every colour scheme, everything. They're gorgeous. I was going to tuck it under the book slightly. Then go for a slightly bigger pearl and I think a blue gem because we've already used the pink on the other side. Where else do we need gems? Maybe here. I like to add them in clusters of 3 and like odd numbers on the page. I don't know why, I've always done that. Add the little sparkly one there. And probably a pearl. A little tiny pearl. And I want to add pink, but obviously I've got pink here, so maybe I'll try pink. Let's see. I think I quite like the pink one. Maybe we could add another blue one somewhere else so that it like equals it out. Maybe we could add another cluster somewhere. Maybe up here. Could give her a tiny crown, which actually looks quite nice. I might leave that there. And then what are we doing? Blue gems. So maybe just a little blue one. And then one of these. Whoop, stuck to my finger. One of these shiny ones. I don't like it by her head like that. maybe over here instead. Oh, that looks quite cute. Maybe I could put a pink one up there as well because it's stuck to me. May as well use it up. There we go. I think that looks quite sweet. So this is the finished little book. Obviously I will be filling this up with all kinds of goodies. I might add some paper in here and maybe a note or something, or like a pocket to add some ephemera in. That might be cute. That is the cover all finished. I will be adding a piece of ribbon around to hold it closed, and then obviously filling it with all sorts of goodies and then adding a tassel. I might do all of that live, so if I do I'll link that down below for you so you can either replay or catch the live if you're around. We would love to have you join us. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you next time. Thanks guys, bye!